Welcome YouTube, welcome Twitch, and welcome Mixer to DCS World. Oh, that's something slightly what I wasn't expecting. Just a moment, I've actually got something in here in the cockpit with me that I wasn't expecting. We're just going to change something in there at the moment. Do that. And I should be back in here. That's better. I can see the controls. And hopefully you guys can see as well. Now, we are here in DCS World in VR. I've got my HOTAS set up, which you haven't seen this being played, I think, on stream. I haven't shown this really being played much on stream. I've shown this part of the HOTAS setup on stream, but that's not the main thing for today. The main thing for today is
Good evening, sir.
hello. The main thing is seeing if I can actually play this. This is the F15C from the sort of like the base pack, if you like, the easy model. This isn't like uh, a full res, if you like, version. All the switches look like they are real switches, everything like that, but their usage isn't modeled. But it's still a model that when I tried to play on my previous system, I couldn't.
What controls are you using?
I'm using an X56 Rhino. So it's got a lot of controls. I've got some mapped out here. This F16, which is, I can't remember the name, Flying Cliffs, that's it. Flying Cliffs free, I believe, module for DCS World is like, oh, here we go.
Says E. Sage Cedar says L.
I might have to put a little thing in the beginning of these. Anyhow, hi Sage Cedar, how you doing? We've got some stats that are like above me. That's all my CPU cores and what they are doing. And over to probably it's my left, I think. My left. Yeah, my left. You're right.
I'm too childish.
Never mind, dude. You know, you'll grow with time. So basically, I couldn't play this when I had my old CPU. This would literally be a stuttering mess.
Says that's what my parents said. I'm 24.
Oh dear. Anyhow, right. What we're gonna do is from here. I was needed something else there. Yeah, yeah. So let's see.
I'm not BTW.
I know you're not, dude. I know you're not. So yeah, we're going to see what the performance does. So this was heavily CPU bound. So from the top right here, you can see my pointer is moving across some stuff. We've got GPU usage, my GPU temperature, my CPU usage as a total, my CPU temperature, my CPU clock speed, and my RAM usage, and it's got mins and max across the board, and then we can see the individual cores over there on the left. So you can see what the performance is doing. But I'm also going to put something else up here in front of all of me so that I can see what the FPS is doing kind of in headset. I know you guys aren't going to be able to see it, but putting FPS for a VR game doesn't really work the way that it's supposed to. So That's why I'm doing it this way. Okay, so I'm at 45 FPS. So that's kind of telling. But we're going to get on with this. I'm going to do some very basic stuff. But at 45 FPS, it's still feeling fine. So we're going to put some power through this. Power didn't come on. When did the power come on? Oh, damn. This is what happens on live streams. My controls have messed up.
Says, Sully needs to toga.
I don't know what that said. Right, let's have a look. I need to change something. Excuse me a moment.
Sage Cedar says, he.
Right, we're going to see if I can get this to...
Sage Cedar says, excuse.
Things are not going well. This is going to be a problem. That's really annoying. Oh dear. I now know what the burden was as I started the stream.
My French.
Right. I need to see if we can get this working. Which means I need to come out of here.
Sage Cedar says, omelette du flamage.
What are you saying, dude? Right, let's I'm gonna have to quit that to desktop. Damn. You're gonna see some swimmy stuff there.
Asterisk cheese omelette.
Okay. I think it's because Steam was updating in the background. Possibly, possibly not. We'll see in a moment. That's that over there. Oh, excuse my French. Oh, I see.
Cedar says, confusion has entered the chat asterisk. Stormy
Yes. A lot has.
Get it on.
Yeah, we're trying to, but something has basically come unstuck. So we're going to try and see if that makes it work now. I hope it does, because that's going to be really annoying if it doesn't.
Sage Cedar says, thoughts on Brexit?
Let's not do politics. Brexit is cancer. So is politics. We'll leave them out of the stream, thank you. There's enough to deal with in the world. We're not doing that on stream. Right.
Sage Cedar.
Hopefully Yeah.
Daniels says, no talking of politics or religion. Stormy
Damn
Daniels
straight.
says, always causes arguments.
Yes, it does. So we don't need that. Right. If you haven't seen before, this is the controls list for this one aircraft. So you get an idea. And believe it or not, this is a simplified one. Just saying. Yikes. Right, that's now working there. That's good. That worked. That worked. Okay, I think we're good to go this time. Right, so we're gonna load up a mission here, which is this F15C learner. It's a very basic mission. I'm gonna try and get this done quicker this time because that's wasting a lot of time up near the beginning. So excuse me for dragging things on longer than they should be. How you doing, by the way, Stormy? Oh, little side note. See the symbol on the cup? Well, maybe there's another Eve Valkyrie tournament coming at some point. That's the rumor. So if you like Eve Valkyrie, maybe there's something to jump back into it for, to get some practice for a tournament. Just a little bit of an FYI. Right. I still need to reposition myself because I'm not facing the right way.
Stormy Daniels says, all good in the hood. How are you, young salsa?
I'm good. I'm in an F15. What more can I say? Okay, let's try and get this bird in the air, as they say. Right, first off, this isn't like a highly complex model for DCS World. This is a simplified model, so we can just say power on, and we have displays come on like that. We can close the... Let's put some nav lights on. You can see those on the wings. See our engine intakes are up there and there. Let's get our engine started. So we're going to start the engine on start the right engine. We can hear the whoosh. Gauges, there's my RPMs coming up. Right temperature is coming up. I'm stuck at 45 FPS, but it feels fine. I don't know what the performance is doing there. There we go. There's the air intake on the right gone down. We can start the left engine up. Come on, RPM. There's the RPM coming up. Right engine is stabilized at 500. That's a couple of RPM short of where I'd expect. You'll like where the RPM usually ends up on that one, Stormy, because normally that RPM is usually around 69 on idle. And there's the left engine intake down. We're good to roll. We can also, in case you're wondering, this cockpit as well also happens to light up. Isn't that cool? That is so cool. I love that. So, not getting any frame rate stutters. It's just been solid 45 all the way. Must check. We'll just check and make sure. AWS is just set to auto. That's all good. Okay, so we want that. Cockpit down. We're out here in Dubai, by the way. Check out the detail on the top here. You can see where the sun gets onto the glass and glints at everything. Should show you some sort of graphics screens as well, just so that you know what my graphics are up to at the moment. So let's see, options. The VR part here just shows you straight up stuff here for blah 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 blah. These are my system settings, so high, yeah. It's all kind of good there. You can see things like that. So that's where it's at. Right, let's taxi this bad boy out. Just bring the throttle up halfway a little. And it's still all nice and smooth. But it'll be interesting to see what the CPU's done. As far as I know, this is CPU bound, but doesn't work with too well with the multiple processors. So it'll be interesting to see what my processors are actually doing. But you guys can see a lot better than I can at the moment when it comes to that side of things. Oh, I best slow down a bit. We're going to go round. We're not playing multiplayer or anything here at the moment. We're just playing it nice and sweet. So we're going to line ourselves up here on the runway. Little dab on the brakes. And we're at a stop. We're going to put the flaps to our... Be that one? No, it's that one. There we go. Flaps are going down. Flaps are deployed. We've got auto flaps on here, so as soon as I get above 200 knots, I think it should change the flaps out to the normal flight position. So we're just going to test the engines, bring the engines up a little. We're off rolling. There they're going into reheat. We can hear the bops. 150, we're going to lift that nose up. Up we come. Nice and easy takeoff. Nice smooth. Up with the gear there. Okay, maybe it's 250 the flaps go. No, the flaps, there's the flaps gone. And we are in the air. It's only desert that way, so we're going to head off this way. I haven't got any waypoints set. But we're going to head out to the ocean. We've got the palm tree over this direction here. And the city. Because this is Dubai, by the way. We can see all the detail down there. Still rock solid. Of course, while we're here, we may as well... What? You know, you have to. We'll get some height as well while we're at it. Trim that up. I can see all the details in here as well, by the way. It's nice, calm, easy flight. You might have a little fun with it around some of the buildings. And then we'll try and find somewhere to land. Now, I'm not going to do anything by the book because I don't know how to do everything by the book with this plane. Because, basically speaking, I don't know the navigation systems in this plane properly yet. Turn the radar on at least. So we have the radar there is working. We do have some weapon systems. So we've got, let's see, down here. We have fuel on board, chaff. Not sure what we got. We got 120Bs loaded in. We've got some sidewinders. Right, okay, we want to change our course here a bit. Because there's where we're heading. 9,000 feet at the moment. Let's still keep climbing, shall we? 5 degrees of climb, that's nice. Nice and gentle. For now. Frame rate still steady. 45. It would be nice to have 90. Oh, a little bit of a ripple there. I'm guessing some, yeah, I see in the distance one of the bigger, more famous buildings have just popped in. We can see a lot more of the terrain detail now. There is going to be a VR performance patch for this, which is said to bring up to 50% better performance, and it is to do with terrain. So apparently there's something in the terrain renderer that causes issues. So maybe, just maybe, we will get some joy with that. Right. Where's my mirrors? Whoa! There we go. Mirrors. We've put mirrors into the mix. So mirrors, of course, are something that usually kill frame rate. I'm not having a problem with it. They're working, as you can see. Oh yeah, I feel the need for speed, all right. Let's build some speed. This is magic in VR. getting to actually do something like this. I mean, obviously I'm flying very irresponsibly. Still solid 45. It's just not budging from that 45. We need to pull up, otherwise I'm going to end up as a pancake. We can start to see some of the city now. Some of the buildings of Dubai. Some of the very expensive apartment buildings that are out on that palm tree. We'll fly along by some of Dubai's more famous buildings. Let's slow this down a bit. See the air brake coming up there behind my head. .400 knots. The ribbon works in reverse on this plane. It's really weird. Little ripples in the frame rate there, not much. To bear in mind that I'm also streaming as well, which is also using mainly the power of the processing, sorry, not the processor, the video card. I think we're going to have a little bit of fun with this next bit. Build up a bit more speed here. We can hear the engines pop there. There we go. We're through clear. Watch out for the extra construction. It kept stable. You'd never do that in real life, of course. This is VR, so we can get to do things in VR that nobody should ever do. You can see the detail that's gone on in here for the city, for a flight sim. It looks pretty good. I mean, combat is not generally like all the low-level stuff with a game like DCS. You expect just more of the air-to-air. You can do air-to-ground stuff, of course, as well in here, but most people obviously love air-to-air combat. I certainly do. Go have a look at a couple more bits, and then we're going to go find ourselves a suitable place to land. A little bit of sightseeing. A very famous site there. Pull it right the way over. We're on the downward leg. flip it for the half Cuban. See those train line there? That train line, those buildings, all of those stations look basically identical. Really quite I think a very well known look for train stations. These, you can see a train coming out there as well. There you go. Just so you're aware, of course, we do have some weapons on board. So there's our cannon. We also have some weapons. So that's going to be, let me see. Should be, which one? I always forget. Where's the weapon select? Right, that's one. Nav points. ILS. Not changing weapon. I thought I had that on there. Can't remember how to change that. My apologies. We're going to go find a place to land anyway. So let's go find a place to land. Which should be out there somewhere. The runway over that way somewhere. So get up to a bit of speed here, shall we? Just so we don't take too long. But see how fun that is, though. A bit of a cloud here. I think we need to go bust through this cloud. Maybe it's more smog than cloud, I don't know. Cut to the visibility. Still okay. Right, where is... There it is. Spoil off some speed. Need to bring this down to under 250. Lower the gear. We need flaps. Landing flaps are out. Nice and gentle. Maybe that wasn't so gentle, but any landing, you know. So there we go. That's us on the ground. I'm kind of curious as to what that's going to have done there, but that's not bad. That is certainly not bad. The pixel density is kind of on 1, I think, at the moment. So we're going to try and change something and load back into this mission. I'm going to see what happens when I up the pixel density. Where's canopy? Canopy should be... No, that's the internal lights. Change the mirrors. Left engine stop. And the right engine stop. I know I'm in the middle of the runway, but there's not going to be anybody landing on this runway at the moment. So there you have it. There's the F-15 working for me at 45 frames per second. Not the best, but before it was a stuttery, unplayable mess. Now it's a perfectly smooth 45. Right, let's come out of there, and we're going to go to quit. So I had some fun with that. Right, now we need to see about upping the ante a little. In the settings, so what we can see here is, oh, that's the pixel density there. So 1.5 was my pixel density, and it all looks really good. And then, like I say, it all held at that. So system-wise, that was the, I think, the VR preset. Oh no, there was some other stuff there that's changed. So this is what normally is VR. I would have done reasonably high like that, except I've taken, say, this off. Then you go in here and that's 1.5. So I've just hit high. Let's just put high. Like I say, I don't need that on because, well, don't really need that on. On, preload, flat, default, filtering, cockpit, global illumination. We've got motion blur is off, don't need that. Let's have dirt and flare. Depth of field. That's going to be high across the board, basically. Chimney smoke. So everything should be hopefully good. And like I say, we've got 1.5 there. Just going to load in quickly, and we're just going to take off and see how that happens. Mission, bomb, same mission. Oh, actually, before I do that, let's find out what I bound weapons control to, because I know, I'm certain I bound my weapons to something. So we've got here we go. So there's my primary fire, that's my cannons, that should be weapon change, that's weapon release. So I wonder what was going on there, because I'm sure I was doing weapon change, but it didn't change through all of them. Oh well. That's okay. Mission. So let's load back into that. I've changed it up to basically the high preset here, and just kept the same pixel density, which is 1.5, which for most games is really good, and it looks really good in here. For example, I can comfortably read basically most of these gauges. Numbers there, so we've got, let's line them up. That, done. Then we need the cockpit illumination. Start the right engine up. Start the left engine up. Does left engine start? Oh. There's that gone down. $65, $67. Mine seems to want to idle around 67. That's gone down. We're at 67 there. We want the canopy down. We're still 45 FPS. All of those different things on the high setting. We've got mirrors down as well, so mirrors not seeming to be a problem. Let's pull the radar up. Is it going to let me? No, it's not going to let me do the radar. It's not going to let me turn the radar on while I'm in the ground. That's the radar that's in the front there, the front-facing one. So it's not going to let me do that while I'm on the ground. That's okay. We'll get in the air and see where it goes from there. Wrong switch. Okay. We want the flaps. Oh, right. Don't look left while you're doing that. Wow, I'm bad at driving. Slow this down a little. I want those flaps. Flaps are good. We can just go out this way to the left and then turn right, and then we should be on runway 13. Okay, let's get this lined up. And we'll bring that to a stop. Okay, flaps are there, everything's ready. So build up a little of the engine. Get to rolling. Oh, come on. I really should put a little bit of a curve in here. 150. We're good. Landing gear up. Flaps will go as we get to over 250, is it? There we go. There's the flaps going. We're going to bank it out straight away. Get ourselves to the ocean nice and quick. Of course. Mac. What Mac are we at there? Still again, holding steady at 45. Don't know what the CPU's doing. Hopefully it's good. Need to put a little... Oh, that's me with the rudder again. I'm thinking I need to put trim in, but it's actually me on the rudder that's throwing us off a bit. Still climb a bit. Let's go really high, see if the... getting a good bit more height will help somewhat with the FPS maybe. In quite a steep bank there. 30 degrees climb basically, over 30, sorry. $25. Dun. So as soon as I look at the terrain, I've now got 90 FPS. Need to flatten out some. Pick up a bit of speed. Hear those pops as the engines click in there. We're at 40,000 and still we're descending there, sorry. So as soon as I look at the ground. Hey, Deej. How you doing? We are sightseeing. Look, there is Dubai. How do you like that? How do you like them apples? There's Dubai. We're sightseeing while upside down. Oh, we would be. I'm running slow. I need to get up some speed. Come on.
1984 says, all good, mate. How are you?
I'm okay. As you can see, this is running. So that's a good thing compared to what it used to on the old system. So,
Dead 1984
yeah, happy.
I don't know what this is, but it looks incredible.
This is DCS World. So, Digital Combat Simulator. This is the Flaming Cliffs mod for it. There are free aircraft in here as well. This one is a paid module, and this landscape is paid as well, but you can download this for free and try some of the free content, which has, I believe, an SU-25T prototype in there and a P-51D Mustang aircraft. Some pretty cool stuff. They're the simplified models, so the quote-unquote easier to get into. We're just going to take a quick swing by a building here, picking up speed.
Says, can you see the F1 track?
I'm not sure where the F1 track actually is here in Dubai, but this is obviously the larger of the palm trees. This is one of those recognizable buildings for Dubai, kind of one of the symbols of Dubai. Got a couple of little waverances in my FPS there. Not much.
Dead 1984 says, I could spend hours flying around in this.
Yeah. You can spend, believe me, I've spent a lot of hours just trying to get this to a comfortable space where I know roughly kind of what I'm doing, but basically check this out. Nice thing here. We're going to go down a little bit lower into the city. This is an awesome building. I mean, that is really like, oh my word, big. A couple little starters here.
Wow.
Yeah, it's got some good details. Let's check it out a bit. I mean, we can also do some acrobatics while we're at it, I suppose. Let's pull the engines up.
Dead 1984 says, VR is the best invention ever, and never.
Yeah, because it just allowed me to pull half Cuban and then go through that building, in between those two buildings, basically, two parts of that building, which is like, I thought I was going to do something really, really, really awful there, but I managed to pull it off. It's fun to do something like that in VR. Right, let's go find that same landing place. Oh, weapons. Let's try some weapon systems out. Oh, we can turn our radar on as well now, I believe. Radar systems are on. We've got cannon. Missiles. So let's release one of those. There we go. ARAM. That's now running its own radar. There's nothing in sight for it, so it's not going to do much there. Then we got some, I think it's sidewinders. No, it's an AM 120B. So, hey, and then you got the cannon, which is pretty awesome. Right. Let's get up to speed. We're on LCS. That's where that missile landed, nicely in the sea. No harm, no foul. Out here by the smaller of the two palm trees. Where's our... There is our... Right, I can see the landing strip from here. It's getting a nice steady approach this time. We're not going to do it as speedily. We need lots less speed than that. Need landing gear. Air brakes are on. I want the flaps, I want the flaps, I want the flaps. Come on, spoil that speed off, spoil that speed off. Come on, no, 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 he's lost it. Yes, there is air combat in this game. There is air combat in this game. There is ground-to-air combat. There is PvP air combat. I messed that up. Let's go change direction there. Right, let's take this vertical. There's a runway. We're going to keep the speed. We want to keep the speed down below 250 this time. Bring the air brake back up. Try to get it more close to 250 for an approach before we pull the landing gear down. We'll get this lined up. .300 speed wise, we can pull off some more speed than that. There we go, we're below the 250. Flaps can come down, flaps are down. Landing gear is down. I think. Yeah, that is down. Yes. Just going to take it nice and easy, I think, for this landing. Keep it above there.
Z390 says, steady.
A little bit low. Oh, that was rough. That was very, very rough. I bounced that. That was really, really rough. We don't need these mirrors. That's us on the ground. Okay. So yeah, this is basically an aircraft that I couldn't play before.
Z1984 says, you landed the bird in one piece, that's the main thing. Good job.
But there you go. Yeah. It didn't cripple the hydraulics, I don't think. Are the hydraulics okay? No, the oil pressure's okay. The hydraulics seem to be okay. Think. Yeah. Hydraulics are okay. So, don't think I've damaged them. Right. We can stop the engines there. Turn off the radar system. Pop the canopy. get rid of the lights and power that down. So yeah, that's held basically at 45. Now, before I updated my system with this particular aircraft, it was a stuttering mess. But now, all the way through that, nice, calm, 45 FPS. Right.
1984 says, "That's so detailed. Amazing man."
Believe it or not, dude, looks-wise, it looks detailed, but there's a load of eye candy. So basically, this entire left bank here, none of those switches work. When you're got things running, the throttle will work. When you need power, oh, that's because I've got it paused. So none of those kind of work as switches and dials and stuff like that. Some of it's fake. It's very simplified mod. There are high fidelity models where all of the switches and all of the dials and everything in it actually work and perform their functions, and they simulate the actual things that should be going on, which is like absolutely crazy. Do you mean, you know, full on crazy town crazy? Right, so we're going to quit out of there. Basically speaking, that's just working lovely. Right, we're going to do something that I haven't done yet before. I've not done any combat. Let's just step straight into some combat, shall we? There we go. So, bomber intercept. So, now we should have some other aircraft to deal with. I've not done this before, so I'm probably going to mess it up badly.
Dead 1984 says, "Salsa, you will get to the stage where you will be able to fly a plane in real life. This is insane."
I could only wish that I could in real life, but that's just not happening like that. Small planes, Cessnas, things like that. I've flown some small planes in real life because, you know, that's, you know, fun. But that was quite some years ago. Flew. What did I have flying lessons in? Piper Warrior is what I flew in flying lessons, so, and I've flown gliders. Right, so we're over the Caucasus now.
Dead 1984 says, "Give it a few years, there will be VR online courses, I bet."
VR online courses. Right, so what we're going to do here is we have to intercept. I have no idea what I'm doing, but we're going to do it. Right. Radar systems are off, so we're going to turn that on. The display on the right here is showing there's a lock there. I don't have enough experience with that radar, so that's fun. There's a couple of spikes where this is dropping down. Oh, someone's got a lock on me. I had a bit of a drop in frames there. Now, I've got this set to some serious high settings. Oh, I see him.
Radar failure. I know it would mess the stream up, but it needs danger zone playing in the background.
Wow, did you see that? I got hit. Yeah, I hear you, Master Alarm.
Radar failure.
Oh, ho, ho.
failure. Radar failure. Radar failure.
I'm in trouble. Yeah, I can't actually remember what the eject is. No, that was a hit. We are dying. This may look like flying, but it's not. This is flying, falling with style. We're about to crash and burn. So yeah, this was my target. You do, but I didn't eject because I forgot to set up the buttons for ejecting. This is what I was supposed to be shooting down. Now, I have this all set to high settings instead of the VR settings, so there was some frame performance issues there. And we're back to 45 pretty much locked, so that's not bad. Okay, I need to read back what you're saying there, Deej. Sorry, because I can't have the thing there, so...
Dead 1984 says, that's a small target in the sky.
It is a small target in the side. Yeah, danger zone, yeah, definitely would be fun, but, you know, it's not happening. So, CPU usage, max, 96. On my old computer, it's looking different. So, I had managed to crap out a load of CPU usage before. Max GPU temperature. Sorry, that's the GPU is going max 96. That's so much better than that. CPU. So my max CPU percentage was 100, and you can see over there on the left above me, well, right up there, is what all of the cores of my processor are doing. And then obviously all the stats here. So it's going to be interesting for me to actually watch this back and go over some of those stats. You can see where my CPU clock is. So we've got this running at 4.9, and then you've got the RAM usage. So, but yeah, definitely. Small targets in the sky. Very small. Right, let's jump back into DCS World. So I think I've basically overcooked it a bit. Just a little bit. Getting hot in here though. I'll get to learning more, obviously, about what to do with that. This game doesn't kind of handheld you that much. With these, let's take a quick look at one of the other aircraft if I can. I'm not sure if I set up everything to do it. Yeah, on this computer now. Will it have those or not? Probably not. We'll give it a try. I'm going to try and load in a different aircraft. One that I was able to play on my last computer reasonably. So we're going to cancel. We're going to create a fast mission. We're going to use... we'll use basically what comes free with this.
Z390 says, I have to shoot, man, sorry, but this all looks amazing. I smashed the like button.
Thank you, dude.
Says, later salsa.
Take care, man. So this is something that I could play in the past with that aircraft. We're going to say country red. Start from ramp. Difficult, easy, caucus, season. We're going to say spring. Time 12. Cloudy, clearish. Advanced mode. I think we're going to go there. Generate a mission. We get rid of any other sort of nasties. I'm hoping that I have set this aircraft up. He says. Should have checked this before on stream. I didn't intend to use it, but we'll just have a look at what the FPS does when I load in, because before, everything just sitting on tarmac, anywhere where I was looking at terrain basically was sort of like going, right, that's 45 FPS straight away. Edit mission, boom. It's got a load of nice stuff there. Great. File. Fly. Fingers crossed that I have actually... I hope I did set up the controls for this, otherwise it's going to be a bit ridiculous. I think I've set up the controls for the SU-27. Don't know if I set it up for this SU-25C T even. This is the model that this comes with free for anybody that hasn't played DCS World before. Oh damn! We are literally in the hangar. How do we get the... Wow. Good. The hangar came out. So, yeah, 45 there. Let's see. No, I haven't set up all the controls. Don't. Well, we'll give you a quick show of how to set some of these controls up very, very quickly, perhaps. Option. Oh, cancel. Stupid me. So we're going to say adjust controls. The first thing to do is look at my axis commands. I want to clear out the ones that are not appropriate. So I've got my rudder there on the left. I have my main stick here in the middle. And then this is going to be my thrust controls. So I'm going to unlock my left and my right controls there. I'm going to go over everything that I don't want happening. So we're going to go clear that, clear that, clear that. And what I do want here is the rudder. And I want that. Okay. Now you can see I've got a rudder that's working there. So I can clear this out. I can clear that out. And I want pitch, which is working. I want that there, which is also working. I can tune this as well. So where it says access tune, I can tune this slightly in like a dead zone like there. I can add a curve to it. Yeah. Or I can just do a quick curve. Give myself just a little bit of leeway. So it won't be too twitchy. So I've got a little bit of leeway in the progression. Some would say that would be bad, but hey, there you go. That's their own beeswax. My beeswax to their beeswax is different thing. So rudder is tuned. That's tuned. We need our thrust. So we're going to clear out that. We don't need that one. We don't need that one. I know this says thrust here, but I've got two separate ones. There's two separate engines on this machine. So I'm just going to go ahead and click, double click, move my left thrust forwards, and that's that. Double click on my right, move my right one forwards for my right engine, and that's that. So I now lock those in place so they act as one. You're going to see that's actually going the wrong way because it can also go from the middle and reverse. What I need to do then is say access tune, and it says slider. So slider, okay. Cancel. Access tune, slider, okay. Now when I do this, you see it acts like a slider from 0 to full. I know it looks reversed there, but it usually does work that way, strangely enough. Let's find out if some of my other commands will actually work here. So power systems are going to work. My illumination's going to work. My cockpit, the canopy is going to work. My navigation lights are going to work. Which is the internal. No, that's the internal. That's the external. There is no wheel lock mechanism on this then. Toggle mirrors. No wheel lock on this. Okay, that's fine. We've then got landing gear down, landing gear up. We've got landing flaps for landing position, landing flaps up. We've got stop left engine, start right left engine, stop right engine, stop right start right engine. So those are good basics. They're all things that I will need. We have probably got some. No, we don't have the radar systems. We will have weapons fire. So clear. I just want to basically clear out all of that. It always puts this in for everything, I find, as a default, and you just have to clear a load of this out so that it only applies to the actual part of the HOTUS that you want. Because all of mine are separates. I do want navs. Need some navigation. What's the navigation going to be? It's probably right at the top, isn't it? Navigation modes. I want that, and I will probably want trim, but we're not going to worry about it. We're just going to get in the air. Okay, let's go. Power. Come on, left engine start. Canopy. Illumination. Whoa, look at that loadout. Come on, left engine. Ah. Don't know why I can't fire up the engine. It doesn't want to let me fire up the engine. So I have some different things to do there. It's not letting me do the engine, so we're going to come out of that. But it's not bad. Right. Did I do the SU-20? think I did. Let's try one that I think I've actually got. I think the 27 I've done. From ramp, difficult, easy, carcasses, spring clear, random time, advanced mode. Go from there this time. No airfields at that node. Try that. There we go. So edit. Probably something simpler. Flight to flight, easy. Let's see if this works off the bat or if I had to change some over, but we'll see the FPS again. And we're starting from a hangar. See, different plane, of course. The canopy is right up there. Let's see if things work as expected. So that's good. That's working. Better than nose wheel has a different thing on here, but let's see what I can actually get working. That should be that. That's the internal illumination. Navigation lights are working. Will the engine start up? That's the right engine started. Left engine is starting. That's good. We need to wait for them to get up to speed and temperature. There we go. That's all climbing. Nice sound of those. And it'll have that nice like that. That's good. We need the canopy down. Canopy down. We got 45 FPS again. We put the mirrors down. Loadout wise, we're not carrying as much as we was the last time. That other plane must have been heavy. Much more simpler looking interior in here than that F-15, but again we've got the same sort of performance thing there, so it's just saying 45. I need a quick sip of drink as well, actually. Right, so let's get moving. We want flaps to be in position. Where is the flaps indicator in here? I think it's there, isn't it? Ah, there it is. It's below there, of course, on here. So that's flaps off. There's the flaps going down. Right. Oh, the wheels are locked. Wheels locked. There we go. Wheels unlocked. Which way is the runway from here? I think it's out there to the left. I hope. I hope this is the right way to the runway. Turn the volume up a bit because I can't actually hear that engine as much as I'd normally hear it. Options, audio. Let's turn it up to 70. There we go. I can hear the engine in the background there. Yep, this will do. Ah, no, stop. I'll have to go there and turn around a bit. I messed up a bit there. Let's so yeah, solid 45 frames per second again. I'm curious to see what my CPU cores are doing with this. Of course, this is on some actual pretty high settings. It does look wonderful, I do have to say, though. It's very convincing. Right, let's line up on this runway. Okay, we're lined up a little. Should be able, that should be my nose wheel locked now. Basically, if I unlock the nose wheel and I start moving my feet, you can see the nose wheel will actually rock the aircraft a little side to side. Let's make sure that's lined up straight first before we embark off down the runway. Right, let's lock that up again. Okay. Brakes are on. That's all done. Bring this up to speed. 170, that's plenty. Come on, up you go, up you go, up you go. Oh, it's a heavy, heavy bird. Real heavy. Put those flaps up. Landing gear. There we go. Landing gear's up. And we're flying. Lovely. And as soon as we're not looking at the ground, we've got 90 FPS. Solid, locked. Is navigation working in this? No, my navigation controls are not set up in this. Typical. Basically, I look at land, I end up with 45 FPS. As soon as I look at not land, I get full solid 90. Just looking at the terrain, basically, this ocean, the clear ocean part, is still just hovers around the 90. Whoa! Boom! That was fun. uh, okay. That was good fun, but basically speaking, yes, it's working pretty well. Working pretty damn well. So, yeah. But the terrain is definitely causing, wherever I look at terrain, it's an issue. But I've got this set to pretty high settings, I think. And it's still playable, which is a lot more than could have been said in the past. But we'll see what happens when they update it with this other VR update. And see if whatever they do actually ups the ante a lot more. Because that would be even more incredible. And we like it when things are even more incredible, especially in VR. And a game like DCS World is pretty incredible. Because, I mean, for me, this is one of those games where this is kind of what VR is about. Allowing you to do something that most people don't get the chance to do in real life. And DCS World definitely hits one of those spots. So, with that in mind, just remember, people, if you're watching this back on YouTube and you haven't subscribed, there's going to be a subscription like that way. There's going to be a video up there, one somewhere over there, and, I always like to finish on a positive message, so keep those afterburners fired, and, feel the need for speed. Good night.